Alright, here's a quick comparison between a genuine 3M 6900 and the cheapest full face respirator I could find off of Amazon. This thing I think was about 45 bucks at the time. At the time I'm recording this video, I think it was around $40, so it got even cheaper. Right off the bat, you obviously can't expect to be able to compare a real quality made respirator with a cheap Chinese made knockoff and have them do the same thing. So it's not quite apples to apples, but I just wanted to give you a good idea so you kind of know what you'd be getting if you wanted to get one of these cheap ones. This thing doesn't fit super well. It doesn't have a size rating for this. The 3M 6900 is a large and it fits me really well. This one's a little bit too small for me, so I'm guessing this one's probably kind of like a medium, even though it doesn't actually have size measurements on the ad for where it's sold. The next thing is there's a pretty big space between where the lug mount is for the filters and the side of the mask itself. As you can see here on the 3M, they're really tight up in there, so it's a lot more low profile than this dude is. This thing's sticking out there 1/2 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch away from the body, and these are flush against it. So depending on what you're doing, that may or may not matter. But for me, I prefer it to be as slick as possible, so that's kind of a big negative for this dude, especially once you put the thicker like organic vapor filters on there. This mask didn't come with these 3M filters, the P100s. It came with this set, which I haven't opened. I'm just going to leave them sealed. The organic vapor cartridges with a big stack of pre-filters, which is nice. There's like 10 pre-filters and the pre-filter housing that snaps on top of the organic filter cartridges, so that's nice. Obviously the filter cartridges from China aren't as good as the real deal ones. I've seen videos where people can just shake some of the activated carbon out of them, and some people don't have any problems with them at all. So I think the main problem is just quality control. Once I've looked at more Amazon reviews of this mask itself, people have had trouble with it. Some people have got it and it's been cracked. Some people have got it and this valve has been missing inside of here, so it's just a straight through. So that's obviously really bad because you'll just be sucking in the outside air without any filtration. People have had lots of quality control issues with them, and they seem to have possibly been having issues getting them resolved also. It does take a few weeks to get in from Amazon, because mine at least came directly from China. Comes in a really cheap cardboard box, no name or anything on it, and it just has this inside of a really cheap sack on the inside. The drawstring bag actually ripped the first time I tried to put the respirator back down inside of it, so you don't have any type of bag that you're going to be able to keep this thing in that it comes with. It does have a neck strap, so you can leave it hanging down around your neck if you want to. I don't care much about that, so leave it on or take it off, whichever you prefer. On the 3-lug itself, it works alright, but it has a rubber gasket here instead of, like on the 3M, has more of a compacted foam. See, this compacted foam here on the 3M isn't nearly as sticky as the rubber is, which makes it a lot easier to put your filters on and you have a more positive click once they seat, versus over here you just kind of stick them on and a lot harder to twist and just kind of stops twisting. You don't have a positive click, but it seems to make a seal alright still though. Overall, it's all right. I'll give it that. For $40 to $50, I guess you kind of get what you pay for. It seems like it could work in a pinch if you really needed it for something, but it's pretty uncomfortable to wear for longer periods of time. Unless, I guess, if you had a smaller head than that, not going to say average size, but for me, it's too small to wear comfortably. It makes a seal still, but you can't comfortably wear it.
As you'll see in this mask, you can really tell how far this protrudes out the bottom here and how far these filters sit away from your face itself. And on the back, you can really see how high this headpiece sits. it really feels like it's just right on the edge of coming on over my head. So I think this is definitely made for someone with an overall smaller head. And here's the actual one. And you can tell that it sits flat on my face. And even the audio itself of me talking through it, it's a lot easier to talk through. And it feels much more secure on my head itself. You can see that this area here is further back down on my head. So it doesn't feel like it's going to fall off on its own.
So final impressions of these two masks is obviously the genuine 3M's much better. But if all you can get is something around $40–50 range, this will work. It won't be very comfortable, and it probably won't last you a really long time, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be very durable from the reviews. But for if you're in a pinch, there you go.